Good afternoon, VV Nation. All right, my name is Ryan. Welcome to Trending Thursday. We can see the momentum for the Bears clearly picking up. You can see that right there on the homepage as I float around the screen. Joey, where are you going to put me, bud? You think it over here? Over in this corner? Are you putting me in timeout? All right, if you can hear me, if you can see me, put a VV Nation or put a VV in the comment section appropriately. We'll give everyone just a moment. I know the alert just hit a moment ago. So give everyone just a second to make their way into the room as the market develops. We see the Dow Jones down 291 points right now with that optimism picking up for the Bears. Now the NASDAQ, the only one holding positive territory. It's barely holding it. Slipped into negative territory just a little bit ago here. We've got the VectorVest composite also down 0.3%. Thank you for everyone for letting me know that you can hear me. You can see me. Quite a few people making their way into the room here as I speak. So we'll give everyone just a moment to make their way in. But as you can tell, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out. We got a lot of red lights dominating the color guard right now. So again, on these live streams, especially over the last week or two, I've been more of the mindset of protecting profits rather than figure out which is the next big stock, as far as being bullish on. But you can see the confirmed call situation is flashing down as of now. Tabby says, Ryan turning into Glenn, arguing with Joey at the start of the stream. Well, I guess it's inevitable, right? We were up first thing this morning. Yes, the primary wave was on the verge of up and down because you see 5 days ago that's 73.09, and right now we're at 73.018. So slightly above that threshold, slightly below that threshold now of that primary wave signal. So again, the DEW signal that was given down a few trading sessions ago, primary wave down for just over a week now. So that was during the Fed interest rate decision last week when it went down just before. So just over a week, and now we see the confirmed down situation. Quantum says, I am selling off my winners from April and May. Treat every position a little bit differently, but yes, if you haven't started taking profits yet, again, be careful. The MTI was all the way at 1.5 not that long ago. Again, we talk about that a lot on this channel, being historically in an overbought situation. Doesn't necessarily mean the market's going to pull back right away, but it's just giving you an inclination that there could be some chop ahead as well. The market, getting close to highs. But that being said, let's take a look at the news and let's see what's actually moving the market right now. Mixed bag of earnings. Let's just put this up real quick. All right. We'll start with Eli Lilly here. You see shares drop after obesity pill shows modest late-stage trial results. It's all about the GLP-1s, right? You see the stock down 14% right now. The daily obesity pill helped patients lose almost 12% of their body weight, or roughly 27 pounds, at 72 weeks in late-stage trial. I did see that was little, that did not quite meet the enthusiasm that was needed here. But again, Eli Lilly not showing a lot of optimism there. As I scrolled down here, where was it at? Meanwhile, shares of Novo Nordisk is also working to bring obesity pill to the market, jump more than 7%. So you can see that data is causing concern with their competition with Novo Nordisk in the GLP-1 space. But again, shares are down 14% right now, putting pressure on the overall market. Now, there's been a lot of earnings over the last few trading sessions here. Yesterday, and we had everything from McDonald's, Disney, Novo Nordisk here, Shopify, AppLovin. So a lot of big companies. Today, we had Eli Lilly report before the morning here. After the bell, doesn't look like too many big names here. We've got Gilead Sciences. Let's scroll down to next 25 here. We got Vistra. Oh, wait, that was this morning here. Oh, Monster Beverage this afternoon. So, yeah, this evening, not too crazy of an evening. Block is going to be a big one. I did see Datadog. He actually got an article on that. All right, so this one here, Datadog surges, Q2 beat raises 2025 outlook. We see rose about 11% pre-market on Thursday after second quarter results. Beat estimates and the company raised its full year outlook. The EPS grew about 7% year over year, while revenue, look at this, revenue jumped 28% year over year. I can see why investors are enthusiastic about that position here. So again, the stock trading, well over about 10% right now. We'll take a look at the chart and see exactly what's going on. Now, this is what I thought was interesting here. Oil, a little bit of pressure today. It was up earlier today. Trump's tariff blitz on India threatens 3.5 million BPD in global oil supply. So essentially with Trump putting, tariff pressure and economic pressure on both, not just India, but also China when it comes to Russian oil, right? So there's a lot of pressure on them. Then they have to buy from the, just the regular standard global market, and that'll put pressure on that market. And the theory behind that is that oil prices could spike, look at this, above $80 a barrel and hurt refining efficiency in India. So that's what would happen if Russian, oil flows do stop with India. Obviously, if India and China cooperate with that, yeah, that'll probably put some oil on, pressure on oil. So we'll take a look at oil in just a moment here. I've got, Nebius reported second quarter financial results, raised guidance for 2025 here. Annualized run rate revenue increased $900 million to $1.1 billion. So it's now over the $1 billion rate, and revenue $1.1 billion. Do you hear revenue up 625% year on year and 106% quarter over quarter. Wow. Big move there. So we're going to take a look at that one. The stock's up 20% right now. That's a big number. I mean, that you can't ignore that. Revenue up 625% year over year. Again, this is NBIS. I haven't talked about it in a while. I know I did that video. Was it CoreWeave versus Nebius Group, NBIS? That was about a month or two ago. So we'll take a look at the chart, see what the price action's been doing. I haven't really looked at it a whole lot since then. Lord Capital says, get your shorts ready. Not necessarily a bad idea. If you start opening them up, hey, can't complain, especially if you're taking some profits from the bullish side and doing so. Gold been great, break even today, which is pretty good considering. Yes, the gold miners. Yes, we've been talking about, I think what that video was yesterday on gold stocks, except I talked about it with him last week in a live stream or the week before, where it was coming back to that trend line, the overall trend line for the mining industry of gold and silver. And a nice pivot off that trend line. And honestly, with concerns, coming back with tariffs and the market pulling back, if I am going to be bullish on stocks, it's probably going to be gold stocks. Otherwise, stick to the technicals right now. But this is interesting. Look, Trump order will allow alternative assets like cryptocurrencies, private equity, and 401k. So this is going to open up a lot of liquidity, not only for private equities, but I was thinking more on the crypto side of things, right? This will allow more access into cryptocurrencies, could, help out the cryptocurrencies. If not, just the news alone could help top them. Well, so I got Ethereum and I got Bitcoin ETF in the list. We're going to take a look at that, see what they're doing, see if there's any good moves to be had there. So this one here, this is a story. Someone mentioned it in the comment section already. What do I think of whole market now? Amir, what do you think of the whole market now? CoreWeave is also up today. Nice, Bill. Nice. I did not know that. Look at that. CoreWeave up 6.6. I wonder if it's just running some of that momentum from Nebius. Confirm call is now read. Yes, Amir, we've been talking about that on the live stream. Thank you for joining. Crypto and a retirement account is scary. I think it's getting less scary. I think, obviously, I'm not going to go all in on my retirement account. But, I think if you get into something like the Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana, one of the big ones, and you get into a position size, that is comfortable and that makes sense for your investment portfolio. And as well, it depends where you're at in your investment journey, right? If you're getting ready to retire in a year or two, crypto's very volatile, right? It could take some time to come back. I'd rather be of younger age and put more money into crypto so that we have time for it to come back. Amir says, I really miss Glenn Ryan. Please give me good news. What else can I do for him? Amir, I don't know if you heard or not, but on that GoFundMe account or the website, VectorVest.com/Glenn. Again, if this is your first time hearing about this, we did work with his family, set up a GoFundMe account, but there's updates on there that his wife, Janet, has posted. And it looks like he's going to be able to go home shortly. So there was an update posted on there. It looks like he will be able to go home. I think it was like within the next week or two. Probably still going to have to do, rehabilitation, still working on his strength. But there's even I think there was a photo in there of him as well, Amir. All right. Yes, Amir, we did talk about Eli Lilly. That was the first story today, actually. But this is interesting. Intel shares drop after Trump calls for CEO to resign immediately. So you would think after the tariff news, there was 100% tariffs on computer chips, unless you are building factories here in the United States, right? That's the deal. And a lot of the companies already are, so I don't think that tariff's really going to matter. Maybe just, may help speed it up, or, companies that are not do so. But this was interesting. Trump calls for CEO to resign immediately. This is Intel. You would think Intel would have done well under the news. Oh, tariff news on chips. Well, they're the one, next to Global Foundries. They're right up there, the largest domestic chip fab here in the United States here. But the stock is down 3.75%. The stock under a lot of pressure, not only from investors, but the Trump administration now. And you would think Intel would kind of go hand in hand with Trump's agenda. But the CEO here, Lip-Bu Tan, highly conflicted. I don't know if you've seen on the news or not, but apparently ties to Chinese companies and referenced a past criminal case involving Cadence Design. So I don't know if you know or not, but he was the old, I think, CEO or on the board of Cadence Design. They had some issues, I guess, with selling some technology. Someone in the company did, apparently. But yeah, so just be careful if you're holding Intel right now. The best thing that could come out of Intel is, obviously this guy might get the boot, but to bring in someone that can get investors enthused. Think about it. It's such a great position right now, especially under the Trump administration, being very pro domestic, chip manufacturing, essentially. It'd be very easy for them to get, permitting and things of that nature for chip fab. So hopefully they can take advantage of this Trump administration. Hopefully the CEO or potentially the new CEO will also, bring something to the table here. I'm curious who that might be. But this was after look at this, after Pat Gelsinger here. Look, he did not have a good reputation either. He pretty much got the boot just as well. See, this was back in March here. But yeah, Chinese companies reference past criminal where was it at here? Intel beat revenue expectations when it reported financials for the second quarter in July, but announced several spending cuts. In a memo, Tan announced cuts to the company costly foundry division, which makes chips for the companies, and had an operating loss of $3.17 billion. So they're trying to make cuts, become more efficient, and apparently that did not go well with the Trump administration. Intel, not inside my portfolio. Oh, yeah, right? So hopefully, if you're holding Intel, be careful with Intel, because the one thing they had going for it, which was being, a domestic chip manufacturer, because most of the other ones are made by Taiwan Semi, but obviously that not working out as well. CEO under pressure right now. It's very interesting. And then let's see here. Oh, the last one, Wall Street's betting big on new record gold prices. Here's the top related stock to buy. I see gold's glitter is back. December dated gold futures, the most recently active contract, rose above 3,500 benchmark. Spot gold also recently jumped up 29% year to date. Look at this. While weak U.S. payrolls, rising Federal Reserve rate cut bets, and a fresh round of tariffs are adding fuel as the deeper structural forces that are doing the heavy lifting. So again, if you're not necessarily comfortable with contra ETFs, gold worked out pretty well earlier this year, and we're seeing some momentum in gold right now. So we're gonna take a look at the charts. I got them in a watch list here. Let's close out of that. The market still all negative here. We got the confirmed down situation. Again, the MTI, and I'm normally not going to show market timing, but I'm going to show it today just because we got the confirmed down situation, likes to bottom around a 0.6, right? So if you don't have a membership to the VectorVest 7 software, I will say probably here in the next, over the next few weeks, a great time to set up a subscription. So that way, during that 30-day trial period, hopefully the MTI will hit its bottom point. We'll start getting up signals, and we'll get another good rally. And you can take advantage of utilizing the software during that rally. So just want to throw that out there. But yeah, it's definitely looking like it's going to pull back. The MTI historically 0.6. We'll see what happens, right? So it's just still saying, hey, there's more downside potential ahead. All right. Obviously, I was looking at some contras here. Let's go to the watch list viewer. Trending Thursday. Oh, what happened here? Should I put them under customer picks? Well, they didn't come up. So you had Eli Lilly. Lilly, LLY, that's what it was. NBIS, Intel. Oh, there it is, 12 file. Okay, so they were here. We'll do 20. All right, had quite a few stocks here on the watch list. So let's take a look at them. Let's see where the momentum is at, first of all. All right, a lot of earnings here. Oh, right behind earnings, look at this. Ethereum up 3.5%. We got JNUG up. So asset classes, that's how crypto's classified. Don't argue with me about it. But you can see we got Grayscale, Bitcoin here, JNUG. The asset classes are moving in positive territory today. Gold moving in positive territory today. This is volatility of what is this? Solana. So also moving up. Even oil holding its ground here. Look at that. The gold miner is down today though, but gold itself. So that's interesting that the asset classes are the one moving in positive territory. We've got Nebius Group at the top of the list here, up 19%. Global Foundries, Intel, Elf, Eli Lilly. Again, these are all companies that reported. Elf missing out. Again, they missed out on, I think it was revenue, right? Essentially, was it the whole Chinese tariff thing making a huge impact on their business? So they're down quite a bit. We got Eli Lilly as well. Again, with that drug turnout, the expectations not quite what people were expecting. So a lot of movement here. So let's take a look at these charts. You can see price overextended. A lot of profit taking here. Price action coming back to this Bollinger Band here. So just a little overextended. So be careful if you are in NBIS. A lot of consolidation here. The top of this zone really coming in around $56, $57. Right now it's currently trading around $65. Just be careful, you got a gap. So if it starts to fill the gap, act accordingly. But right now, you see the Bollinger Band moving to the upside, but still attached to the other one. So I'm not going to say jumping in it right now, especially with that upper wick. Not seeing much follow through there. Here we got Ethereum gap up, but currently trading lower than the open here. Again, Ethereum traded 24/7, so it can be gappy in nature. But I do like the high here. We're looking at 2 months. It's got 3 months here. Hitting a 3-month high, coming at 35.94, back in the fast lane. Could be an early entry point. Ethereum could be picking up momentum like we've seen it before. So just careful. Shop till it drops. All right. But yeah, DPO hitting lower while Ethereum is going higher. So that's a bearish divergence there. But again, getting rejection right at this level. So I'm not going to, say get in it right now. But if we can get above probably about 36, about 36.50, I would like that. That puts us in the fast lane and on potential breakout. Speaking about gaps, Ryan, what happened to that presentation regarding gaps? Oh, yes. Gaps. Yeah, no, that's a good one, actually. I'll put that into rotation here soon. Let's see here. But yeah, Ethereum's still looking good. But no, that's a good one on gaps. I know I still got to do that. Here we got JNUG. A lot of momentum. Hit a 3-month high here, but on weakness. A little bit of rejection here. But again, still a lot of price momentum here. I like what I see. If you're looking for a pullback. I'd really like to see it stay above 87. Keep that momentum there. But overall, I do like it. And the DPO going back into positive territory. That's the gold miners. Here's Bitcoin, mini trust. Not as much enthusiasm as we saw in Ethereum. But still, close to this Bollinger Band. So I'm not too excited about Bitcoin right now. A little bit more excited about the Ethereum. Here's Spider Gold shares. We are exactly where we were 3 months ago. Pretty flat overall. The real question is, are we approaching for another breakout, right? And it's around 317 is going to be that breakout level. Right now we're at 312. So if it starts entering this fast lane, see what happens here. But see, your next level is going to be about 317, your next hurdle for the bulls. I do like gold right now. Here's Solana. We got Solana here. Solana, not good for the bulls. Obviously, you could see the fast lane. This was the trade right here. That was the momentum. Again, just like Nebius Group, once it hugs on this, it might hug for a couple trading sessions, but more often than not, when it pulls back, it likes to sling back hard. So that's why I'm saying be careful about NBIS. You can see that here as well, slinging back. Gets a little overextended. That's where right now DPO just going back into unfavorable territory too. So not in a rush to get into Solana, that's for sure. Now here's USO. This is US Oil Fund. Not looking good. That I see the article that I just read. I see the point they're trying to make here. If China and India start buying oil on the world supply, that put a lot of pressure on oil. We'll see what happens. See if that actually comes to fruition. Gold could be good with a confirmed down signal red today. Yes, Alex. I think if you're not comfortable with contra ETFs, and hey, I'm not a big contra ETF person myself, if I'm going to be bullish on a stock, I like the gold space right now. Maybe look at silver too. We saw that Ethereum was, potentially on a breakout level, right? Not quite the confirmation, but if you're looking for other alternatives. But yeah, I do like gold, especially if the market really does start pulling back. There really is economic weakness, and obviously an interest rate cut, would help strengthen the run for gold as well. So I get the argument for gold for sure. Oil, just not seeing oil again, coming back down to this Bollinger Band here. Sometimes it likes to hug it for a little bit, but yeah, I can't get too enthused about oil. Here's Harmony Gold. Shot up, a lot of momentum in the fast lane right now. I'm not a buyer quite right now. If you're already in it, based off of that pivot or the moves over the last few trading sessions, hey, it's still in the fast lane. But I wouldn't be a buyer quite yet. If I was a short-term trader, I'm trying to enter here. Maybe see if we can get down to like 1549, 1550. See if we get a nice pivot there. But definitely stay in the fast lane. Maybe it depends if you're trading or if you're investing in gold, right? If you're a trader, 3 and 8, fast lane kind of thing. If you're an investor, hey, opportunities look like they're presenting themselves. JNUG, you think is one of the best ones to run with? I'm not going to say JNUG is. It's really just to look at the gold miner space. That's, what is JNUG? Double leverage or triple leverage here? It's double leverage on the miners. So yeah, I was just looking at the miner stocks in general. If I don't like that upper wick there, that could be a shooting star. We'll see what comes to fruition here. Yeah, it's had its run. If you're gonna, I want to be a buyer of it quite today, but I would put gold on your radar. Might need a little bit of a breather, might need a little bit of a pullback here. But the overall trend is starting to look like it's turning around to the upside. GDX is the 3 times. Okay, Alex, good to know. But yeah, those are leverage ETFs. You know, if you want to leverage gold, it's more for trading purposes, right? I'm still wondering where UAMY is going, how far it will run. I think UAMY is, you know, I mean, that could be a long-term play because, again, the whole goal and the whole idea behind not just UAMY, but like MP is we got to get off the Chinese rare earth dependent, right? Right now they have pretty much monopoly, like 90%, if not more, of the market, whether it's the mining or, you know, the smelting and those, you know, refining process capabilities. So with the government's help and DoD contracts coming in, I like them all, those rare earth stocks. I think there's more long term, right? But here's Harmony Gold. Again, it's still in the fast lane. I like it, but yeah, I could use a little breather. Wouldn't be surprised by that. Global Foundries, just not there. I mean, it broke its trend line. You could draw on a trend line here. Would have broke it rounded here. Nothing I like about that. I mean, clear rejection at the Bollinger Band here. No, I can't get too excited. It looks like it's approaching a new low as well. Let's go to a 1-year chart here. And you just even over the 1-year chart, I mean, just overall, just, you know, the exact opposite, just dropping like a rock here. All right, let's see what else we got here. Intel Core, nope, it's doing a whole lot of nothing. And this is kind of the channel that it likes to be in here for the most part, is right around here. So if you are going to play Intel right now, since it's ping-ponging in this channel, be more of a buyer at the bottom of the channel, a seller at the top of the channel, right? If it breaks below this channel, hey, game's over. That's it. But yeah, as far as Intel, I mean, they had every opportunity to get investors enthused, especially with the Trump administration. Think about it. It's all pro-America, right? Here in the USA. And Intel just failed to deliver on that. I don't know. The CEO just not, getting anyone really enthused. You can see that in the stock price right here, exactly where it was a year ago. We're looking at right now. So just be careful. Just be careful. All right. We got ELF. Just looking on the 1-year chart. Nope. Overall, we just moving down. Nope, not at all. I see this as my resistance level here. Came in, rejection. That's it. And now it's hugging. Last time it hugged this one down a little bit more. So even on ELF, I can't get enthused. And actually, let's take a look at ELF. I just want to look at the value. See if there's maybe even a value opportunity here. Still overvalued, so no. And even from a value, I'm not gonna do that. Barrick Gold, Tabula. That's actually a good stock right there. Barrick Gold. I like Barrick Gold. Nvidia, AMD should buy Intel. I don't know if they want the problems of Intel, you know? I just don't know if they want the problems of Intel. AMD, I think, would be more inclined to do it just because, they do CPUs and you got the x86 and other things. But, yeah. So is it confirmed down just a flash, or do we need to wait till the end of the day? So for it to be confirmed, I have to wait till the end of the day. The signal and the indicators have to close, to meet the requirements at close. Right now it's just flashing, but the DW is down, the primary wave is down, right? So hopefully, my video was 2 weeks ago about, getting ready to hedge, kind of put some stuff on your Ethereum's outperforming Bitcoin by about 40% since April. Bill, I told you what I've been saying. Ethereum, that's the one to watch out for. I almost look at it like industry rotation with stocks, but just, with crypto, really. Do you think the drop with SMCI price after earnings was an overreaction? Not necessarily. I don't think so. I think they have a lot of competition in that space. Dell being one of them, right? So here's Eli Lilly. Actually, Eli Lilly showing a value opportunity here now. But again, it was this overreaction from the drug. I mean, this entire time, price, value converging, finally met, finally undervalued, right? So just be careful with this. If you take a nibble, and I get the logic behind it, but that's very dangerous. It's got a sell rating. You maybe go way back in time and see where you could potentially find a level of support, which is probably going to be right here. I want to start taking my nibble. Yeah, we're kind of like right there. Maybe right here. That'd be my support. If you're going to play Eli Lilly, got to have a stop in place. If it breaks this, I mean, you could go down much further here. Much, much further. But I do see that shaping up as a value play. I kind of like this, actually. Still rising earnings. I mean, you got the price action back here. Forecasted earnings back then were what? Only $11.45. Well, right now you're getting double that, $24.91. So, yeah, I do kind of see that's not a bad play. But, again, you're catching a falling knife right now. See what happens around this zone here. If that's Eli Lilly. All right, that's quite a few stocks here. And, actually, I'll just get rid of these. I'll empty that out. And before I take your stock picks, I'm not going to take them right now. Make sure you hit that like button. I'm going to go to graphs. I'm going to go to sectors. I want to take a look at a couple different sectors real quick. I want to take a look at mining. So mining is taking off. That looks good. Converging away from that 20-day EMA, the value. It is overvalued right now. Value's on the rise. I know a lot of that overvaluedness comes from the uranium stocks. A lot of those are overvalued right now. EPS on the rise. I like mining. Mining is showing momentum here. Let's take a look at petroleum. Nope. Not one bit. Not one bit. I wonder if steel is still doing good. Ooh. Not there. Not quite yet on steel. I do see the dip there. But I'm not there yet as far as buying that dip. Still a little early. See what the 3 and 8 are doing. Still going down. Where is the other one at here? I want to go to electronic. So electronic is where the semiconductor manufacturing is, and semiconductor equipment is 2 industries within this. All right, Amir says, please everyone hit that like button for a sake. Ryan working nonstop all alone. Thank you, Amir. I appreciate the appreciation here. Hit that like button. We're going to get to your stocks in just a moment. I talked about it before, what Taiwan Semi broke its ascending channel. Micron showing weakness right now. Nvidia, AMD are kind of the only ones left. There's maybe a couple others. I got to see what Broadcom's doing. I haven't looked at that in a while. But yeah, as far as electronics, starting to see a little bit of weakness here. I'm just seeing a breather. Not a real reason for concern yet, but definitely a breather here. Healthcare. Let's take a look at healthcare here. Healthcare has been, look at the value and the price action on the decline. I do not like healthcare. Do not. Ryan, when are you going on vacation? Well, I'm going to Destin, Florida in September. The weekend after Labor Day. That Friday, I will be gone after Labor Day. Looking forward to going to Destin. That'll be a lot of fun here. But healthcare, yeah, just not seeing it for healthcare right now. Where is another? Aerospace and defense. I'm seeing the roll. That's real weakness in aerospace and defense here. I know we've got some retests, but we're just not getting it there. So again, I know a lot of these stocks you guys have been talking about have just ripped and roared over the last few months here. Please protect some profits. It's been a great year so far, and I don't want you spending the second half of the year just trying to, chase the gains you already had, So Again, just be careful. And again, it does, matter whether you're thinking more trading versus, long-term investing. But either way, right now, we are seeing weakness in a lot of different spaces. Let's take a look at software here. Software that's been lagging for a while now. Looks like showing weakness. Let's go real estate. Let's do real estate management. Real estate management looks good here. Let's take a look at banking. Just curious what banking is doing. Banking is showing a lot of weakness here. Definitely a rollover in banking. And if we take a look here, use a horizontal line. I see the touch right there. Broke it, came back, blast off from it, retesting it now. If you're in banking, definitely would be more concerned. 56.15 on the industry chart here. So be careful. Be careful. Alrighty, we'll take a look at those. So let's go ahead and take a look at we got about 25 minutes left. Let's take a look here. How many likes are there? Let's hit that like button. I'll give you about 30 seconds. Hit the like button. Don't put the stocks in yet. Don't. Oh, look, there goes Michael, LSCC. I'm going to tell you when to put the stocks in. I'm trying to get you guys some more likes so that way we can go get a couple more stocks analyzed. Because I'm going to hold you like Glenn held you. All right. We got the like button here. That'll be 8 stocks. So starting as of right now, put in your stocks. There it is. ETHA. That's the first one. ETHA. Boom. UAMY. IDR. Whew. A lot of stocks came in real quick. I got your question about the sectors at the top of the screen. I will show you how to do that in just 1 second. Fix. Katos. All right. See here. Where are we at with stocks here? That's 9. So we got 9 here. All right. You got 1 extra one out of me. That works. Actually, I will look at UVXY. That one I'm not going to charge you for just because of the confirmed down situation here. All right. Just taking a look at these stocks here. Actually, these, for the market being down, these stocks not doing too shabby at all. Even the biggest loser on the list here, down 4%. Down 4% here. Amir, I just went down the list. I apologize, Amir. I apologize. Let's see here. Make sure I did get the first 8 across. And yes, the first 8 did cross. All right. Now, as far as this, at the top of this, we look Idaho Strategic Resource, IDR, at 15% right now. We value the company at $19. So now it is overvalued. We do see the price action here up 2% today. As far as long-term price appreciation is favorable. Safety, not so much, but the stock's an uptrend. It's got a buy rating right now. So we'll definitely take a look at the chart. It doesn't look half bad here. As far as these other positions, we got Ethereum showing optimism to the upside. A lot with Lattice Semi. This Lattice Semi here up 5% today. I do like that. UAMY 347 up 2% right now. We got Barclays, BCS up 0.5%. So a lot of good stocks on the list here. RS relative safety ratings, not the strongest list. Overall, it does come in favorable territory. Stocks all trending upwards. I do like that. All in an uptrend here. We got VST in the list here. All favorable ratings. The only one that's not, well, that's UVXY, so that doesn't count. All right. So here we've got growth rate. What's the biggest in the list? Growth rate, Astera Labs, 52% here. Only followed by UAMY and Idaho Strategic Resources. Big growth stocks here. I do like that. All right, let's take a look at the charts. I mean, just looking at this chart here over a 1 year time period, that is beautiful. I mean, that's a full bodied candlestick, even to today, bringing it to a brand new 1 year high. Value's been rising, price action's been rising. Yeah, you were getting some value not too long ago, but not much value anymore. The stock trading at $22, we value it at $19, right? So it is overvalued right now. Not necessarily a bad thing. And I see why investors are finally getting enthused about it. I mean, look at the earnings growth rate. 44% been on the rise. Sales growth rate, even after it faltered, still bringing in at 23%. So that would be my, red flag on the forecasted data. Because after, looking at the earnings per share here, that's also been on, nice steady climb over the last 12 months. I do like this stock overall. Doesn't look too bad. Now, as far as the momentum to the upside here that we're seeing, you can use Star Search, you can use 20-day EMA. Just use a stop that, you are comfortable with. But the stock is up big right now, up really big. I like taking out that high. I like how there's no upper wick, especially if we go into a close today. What is it, 240 right now? Only about an hour away. If we go into a close at session highs, that's a nice looking candlestick on that breakout. I have short call spreads in that too. We'll add in bullish put spread soon if the base holds. Nice. Here's Lattice Semi. Nice candlestick. I mean, look at that's bullish. Nice fresh crossover, I should say. The 3, 8, and 20 day over the last 3 trading sessions. Up in an up manner here. Stocks overvalued. Growth rate -7. Sales growth rate 0. Earnings per share is on the rise. Let's go back to a year here. But look, much lower than it was a year ago. A year ago, see, your earnings per share was at $1.62. Right now it's at $1.17, and we're actually trading higher, so we're getting less forecasted earnings per share than we were. So from a forecasted data standpoint, from a value perspective, I can't get that excited about this, especially knowing that there's better picks in the semiconductor space. From that perspective, I like Micron, but as far as riding out this momentum here that I see, I like that. I can get with that. So stick to moving averages, stick to Star Search, something to help capture profits. But this stock, overall, I'm not the biggest fan. Not my best pick. Michael, is that you? I found a stock recently and I can't quite figure out why it's trading as it does. Can you look at Verb? If we have time to do another round of stocks, I'll do another 8 stocks. How about that? I'll try to get through these quicker. So Ethereum, again, that momentum in Ethereum, it's approaching a new high here. My whole thing about Ethereum compared to Bitcoin is Bitcoin has been on a tear over the last 5 years. Ethereum, the second largest market cap crypto, just failing to hit new highs. So it's got some makeup to go. And I still like the momentum that I'm seeing here. Still well above the 20-day. 3 just crossed above, back above the 8. I like it still. I still like it. I don't think that trade's going to end anytime soon. We'll see. And interest rate cuts, if we can pick those back up again, that's good for crypto. Crypto usually does better under interest rate cuts. Here's UVXY. This plays volatility. It's still 15. It's not very elevated. We'll see what fresh crossover, but I'm not seeing a trade set up on UVXY quite yet. Here's UAMY bouncing off of that trend line here. The value is still climbing though. Look at the value, $3.29. I mean, the stock was just less than $3. This was the initial breakout here. I mean, as long as that value continues to climb, if you can just be patient and buy the stock when it's undervalued, showing opportunities, I like it. As far as momentum play, yeah, the moving averages are in the favor. If you want to swing trade it right now, just be careful because, more news is going to come out with China here very soon when it comes to the tariffs and trade. And the rare earths is going to be right in the forefront of that. And that's the biggest card they hold. So in the meantime, if comes out that, hey, they're going to let these rare earths, these critical minerals out, yeah, it's going to put pressure on these stocks. But I think that, in essence, is going to create better buying opportunities for long-term positions. So Definitely see as an investment perspective. As far as being, a trade perspective right now, I still like it. You can even draw a trend line on there. But overall, I still like it. But just with the market pulling back and, China trade deals around the corner, just be careful. Expect volatility. Here's Newmont Corp. This is gold and silver. It's about as beautiful a chart as you're going to get. Lower left, upper right. So, yeah. I see it's overextended from the 20. So, if you're not quite sold on it right now after it's run, hey, I get it. Wait for a breather. Maybe wait for some kind of potential pullback. But overall, it's in an uptrend. I mean, and look at the value. It's just climbing as well. Strong buy ratings in place. Forecasted data. Sales faltering, but the other two on the rise, 33%, 22% respectively. I like it. CoreWeave may be up in sympathy with NBIS today. Bill, I'm thinking that's exactly what it is. Those two are competitors. So, yeah, I definitely see that. I mean, the revenue, what I said was like up over 600% year over year. It was 6 something, I believe. It was in that article we talked about earlier. But, yeah, I can see why the stock's up 20% right now and getting others, excited, other stocks excited in that space. Here's Barclays. I mean, just like the last stock, not a no-brainer. I mean, a steady Eddie, lower left, upper right. It's this one's creating a little bit better opportunities now than the other one just because it's a little bit closer to the 20-day EMA. As long as price action doesn't have a problem staying above it, I'm going to be bullish. I mean, the stock's undervalued. Value's on the rise. Forecasted data, 18, 20%. This is good. I mean, rising earnings per share. This is a stock I wouldn't mind holding my portfolio. This is kind of stock here. Yeah, The one volatility was from, the tariff turmoil, but it came right back, hit new high, and went right back to being a steady Eddie. So I like it. Here's Fix. This is Comfort Systems. After the gap up, I mean, you can see it. It's just consolidating. I mean, it's going to be hard to guess, but, I mean, there's the consolidation. If it breaks much below this, 669, it's $20 you're giving up. But I'm looking for the breakout there. I do like the fact that the 20-day is now getting close to filling the gap. That gives me a good sense. So even if it does come down here, maybe dips down on the 20-day EMA, maybe that'd be the pivot. Otherwise, if it breaks much below this, I don't want to give up all that profit. That's for sure. But I do like this slow grind to the side is bringing up this 20-day EMA. So if it does want to come down here for a pivot, hopefully, for another run to the upside. But that would be my play here. We'll see what happens. But right now it's still in the channel, so I'm not going to, overreact on any, day-to-day movements until I get a breakout of that channel. Here's Kratos Defense. Let's see, let's extend this line. See what's going on here. It's showing weakness. It's broke it, tested the 20-day EMA, retesting it from the bottom. Oh, and it's got earnings too. Doesn't this one have earnings after the bell today? I'm almost positive. Or is it tomorrow? Katos may not be good if there is a peace deal. Katos earnings after the bell. So this company is reporting after the bell. I mean, earnings, that's always a crapshoot. But the stock right now, it's showing me weakness. But being in the defense space, I mean, it should not be hard to get investors enthused, especially with, countries around the world stepping up their military budgets. So I don't know. That's a tough one. You'd have to look at the earnings per share estimates and see. Anyone know what the EPS estimate is? I do like our forecasted estimate here has been ticking up since April. Anybody know what the forecasted EPS is going to be on Kratos? Because this one here, this is a 12-month leading forecast coming in at 55 cents then, and now it's ticked all the way up to 59 cents. So it is ticking up. So I do like that. Anyone know what the expected, what the street estimate is on Kratos going into earnings? But Putin and Trump are going to talk again. I mean, even if Putin and Trump talk again, I think the consensus, and especially in the European countries, is that they're amping up their defense budgets. So even if they do talk again, I don't think there's going to be much change in that. You know, they may not amp them up as much or as long, but still. All right, what time is it here? Let's see, what time is it? 2:49. We got time for a couple stocks. 0.08. Interesting. Because our 12-month forecast here is 56. So let's go 12 months ago. 46 cents. Interesting. I do like that tick up in earnings growth rate, though, from 20% to 25%. Value starting to tick up. I like it. All right, let's do a couple more stocks here. No. All right, we just did UAMY. ISSC. KGC. Fly. Is this the one that IPO'd today? Is it in the software already? Or is it IPO'd yesterday, I think? No, this isn't it. That's not it. No, I think it's FLY, right? Yeah. Fly is the IPO. Okay, that's what it is. Fly is the IPO. Gotcha. We got G... CRS, BTGD, VKGC. How did they put stocks in so quick? TTD. Amir, what stock did you want? Look, I even gave you another chance. And where you at, Amir? I don't want you to feel left out. Where's your stock at? We got Dash. Fly hasn't broken 15 minutes ORB yet. Okay, gotcha. Might do a video on Fly because there's a lot of good information about that. Who would like to do a video on Fly or just IPOs in general? Joey, can we put up can we do like what is that, a poll? A poll?
What do you want it to say?
Would VV Nation like videos on IPO stocks? And we'll see. Maybe a video on recent and upcoming IPOs. Go for it on IPO. So yes, I'm seeing there. Joe's going to do a poll there. But it looks like an overwhelming majority of yeses. Will IPOs be in the database? So the kind of rule of thumb of an IPO is the day it IPOs, it's not going to be in the database. From what I'm told is typically the next day. If there is a stock that IPO'd and it's been a day or two and you don't see it in there, you can just call support, let us know, we'll let the data team know, and most likely it will just get added to the database. And usually to add a stock to the database, I mean, I've seen it as soon as next day, and I've seen it take a couple days. So, all right, we'll do the last stock here. I think Amir left. Amir didn't get his stocks, and then he left. Amir, are you still here? I've asked for your stocks. So I guess he left. All right, XYZ it is. All right, that's it. We're gonna break down these stocks here. Oh. Block. I imagine Block should be up. Yeah, Bitcoin. Amir wants ETH. Amir threw it. Amir, I'm not going to pick on him since he's gone. But Amir, I literally tried to get you a stock in today, bud. All right, let's graph these here. For the most part, we can see their buy ratings here. RVs. Actually, all of them but these two are positive. RSs here. For the most part, a lot of safety. Decent group of stocks. Mixed on performance today. So let's take a look, see what they're doing. Goldfields. Again, gold has been hot. I like value. Yeah, if you don't want to buy it right now because it's taking, maybe needs a little breather, hey, see what kind of dip, see what kind of pivot we can get. I just don't want you to miss the gold trade in general. I think gold is setting up nicely here. Let's see. If it falls much, we could get a retest on this. Worst case, not worst case scenario, but if it does really pull back. But if it breaks much below 26.34, I would be getting more defensive on that. Forecasted data looks good. Rising earnings. RT's continuing to climb as well. Higher highs in RT. Higher lows, higher highs. I like it. Let's see here. Oh, here's Kinross Gold. Again, lower left, upper right on both value and price action. You got to like that. Especially, I think, just the market's setting up for a good stage in gold. Growth rate earnings 37, sales 42, outpacing. I like that. Rising earnings. Hey, here's innovative solutions supports aerospace defense. Again, we just looked at the the industry or the sector of aerospace defense. Showing some weakness there, right? Showing a little bit of weakness. So just be careful of that. But still, value on the rise, price action on the rise, still above the 20-day EMA. Forecasted that sales growth rate 104%. That is phenomenal. I just want to go to a 10-year chart. It has shot up quite a bit here. I'm not going to lie. But the valuation is also shooting up quite a bit with that stock. If you're looking for a pivot, it's going to be right on the swing high here. And I see the bottom wick coming in now from that swing high. So I really want that 3 to stay above the 8. If we get much more downside action, it crosses below it. You got the 20-day EMA, but still a lot of profits here in the meantime. I don't want you to lose them all. Here we've got DoorDash gap up, fading it now, but the moving average is still in our favor. The company just overvalued. That's going to be my one red flag here with DoorDash. Overall, just a trade setup. Hey, it's still rocking and rolling, still holding to the upside here. Sales growth rate, earnings growth rate, 47, 21%. Not bad numbers. Earnings per share. But yeah, with the valuation, I'm just going to go off the momentum here of this stock. But right now, you can see the profit taking place, right? So we get much more of a pullback than just, simple profit taking at a new high. Get defensive. Last year when I got in Dash, it was overvalued. Well, what did it do since last year? Yep, there it is. So, again, that's my one concern, just the overvaluation. But the 20-day does a great job keeping you in the trade. Yeah, you saw some weakness here, but back up. Saw some weakness here, but back up. So, again, as long as it stays above that 20-day EMA, I'm not going to mess with it, right? Here is Block. For a company that has crypto association, it's undervalued. I've talked about this before. Value on the rise, price action on the rise. I like this company. The forecasted data, I'm not going to spice it up. It's not the best by any means. I just still like it. Here we got buy rating. If you're in it, wait for that buy to go to a hold to really, make any decisions, right? Because right now we're still seeing momentum. Again, it's picked up from that 20-day prior. It looks like we might be getting some of that here soon. See the moving averages? This could be a fresh crossover setting up. Here's Carpenter, CRS. I see the weakness in it. We've lost the buy rating now. Stock was over at 280. Now it's at 253. This is my level of support here. At 238, touch that level. Nice pivot off of it. If we can't get above here, this high, 263, and sooner than later, we could go back down to retest it. If we break this, we could go back down to 220. So again, I would be getting more defensive on CRS still as well. We do got a hold rating. Don't have the sell rating yet. I'm curious where our stop price is. $242. So right around this level as well. So again, that's what I'm saying. If you get much more, even if I take out today's lower wick, I might shed some of that. But if you're in it, if you're thinking about getting in it, thinking about buying this dip here, maybe take out this high, 263. That's how I would look at. Again, it's very aggressive, especially with a confirmed down situation. I'm not much of a dip buyer right now. Here's Visa. Visa trending lower, series of lower highs and now lower lows coming in. Just came in actually as of today with this lower low. Growth rate, sales growth rate, not horrible. But look at RT relative timing. That's actually gone unfavorable now. So the stock with RT, this is July 31st, cross below. The stock was at 345. Right now it's at 331. The bears are in control of the stock, so I would be bearish on this position. Here's Bitcoin and gold ETF. Oh, BTGD. Yeah, I saw this one. So this one has gold positions as well, along with Bitcoin. This is not a bad way to play it. I would honestly see if there's one with Ethereum and gold, personally, but that might be an ETF to look at. But I do like this one here. It's a mixture of Bitcoin and gold ETF. I've heard of it before. I don't know the exact ones. EV, I will get to Angie in just 1 second. I can get that for you. But is this position here? I mean, nice pivot off the 20-day. I still like it overall. Yeah, it's not bad. I like it. RT starting to tick back up. Took out this prior swing high here. I like it. Here we've got Fly, just way overvalued, but it's rocking around. The 8-day here, this is a nice accumulation. So if you're looking for a pullback, maybe look at the 8-day. I don't like this upper wick here, but look at the wick from before. Ooh, what was price action doing here? Oh, that's rough. That is rough. I mean, that stock dropped a lot. A lot. Yeah, be careful of that one. I don't like the value dropping on it or that upper wick. Here's Trade Desk. Again, we got a gap here. Looks like we're trying to fill that gap potentially. Still above the 20-day EMA. Yeah, that's a gap fill play. It looks like we are in the gap. But as far as the company itself here, earnings per share on the decline quite a bit. Growth rate on the decline. Sales growth rate also lower than it was 6 months ago. But yeah, so as long as it remains above the 20-day EMA, that would be my stop here. And it's still above the 8. You can see the 8's also a nice accumulation zone here. A lot of pressure on that 8-day. So look at the 8-day on this one. All right, let's see here. Angie, these are going to be the last ones. Angie and ABAT. Oh, wait. CYA is not found. All right, so these last two, we got Angie here. Gap up. Look at the undervalued part of this, though. We come in at 25.37. I don't like these upper wicks, but still, you're getting a lot of value here. Buy rating, sales growth rate ticked up, earnings growth rate 31%. Sales is actually negative. Earnings per share on the rise. Let's see, earnings per share back here was 40 cents. Now you're getting 85 cents with earnings per share. The value never really faltered too much. Price action did. This could be shaping up to be a nice dip. If you're in it, yeah, you got a cushion zone. I wouldn't be too concerned right now. If you're not in it, maybe look at this 8-day accumulation. If it comes back and meets that, I wouldn't be quite in a rush to get it right now with these two upper wicks, though. All right, last stock of the day, we got American Battery. This looks to be a gold in the gold and silver space here. Look at price action, 20-day pivots here, but look at it, broke it, retested, rejection. I'm going to be bearish on ABAT. Simple as that. As far as the fundamentals, overvalued growth rate, no, sales growth, nothing spectacular there. And look at RT, just becoming unfavorable here. You can see RT relative timing went unfavorable. Right here became one at 235. Right now it's trading at 208. But my biggest concern is clear rejection here at the 20-day EMA. And you can see these three upper wicks retesting this 3 times in a row. But each time, more pressure from the bears, putting in a new low over the last 3 trading sessions. So, no, I can't get too excited by that. All right, everybody, it's 3 o'clock. It's time to get out of here. We got to put together the video for this evening. It's going to be a good one, that's for sure. And again, if you're just tuning in, if you haven't heard yet, if you want to support Glenn and his family, by all means, you just go to vectorvest.com/Glenn, Glenn. Joey, can we put the link in the comment section? Queen Janice is now wearing a crown. Hopefully, he'll get to come home. I think that announcement said August 14th, if I remember correctly. I know that'll make it a lot easier because I know she was traveling quite a bit at the VA clinic. Because when I went to go visit a few times now, I mean, it's almost an hour drive, if not an hour with traffic. So, again, thank you, Joey, for putting that out there. Just want to, if you haven't heard already, there's a way to support him and his family. We always want to keep him in our prayers, and hopefully he'll be back with us sooner rather than later. All right, everybody, enjoy your afternoon, and good luck trading to you. And just remember, don't let the trades become emotional. Take care.